Hello and welcome to the North Guildford Foodbank based here at St Clair's Church in Park Barn. We're here today to meet two members of the leadership team of the Guildford Park Barn team to understand a little bit more about the Guildford operation as well as their plans in the run-up to harvest and beyond. Firstly, Heather, can you tell us a little bit about the ethos of Foodbank?
Yes. We're a Christian organisation. We were started by a lady back in 2012 who was a member of St Saviour's Church. Some of you might know her. She's called Anne Mather. She had a real conviction that she should be doing something for disadvantaged and struggling here in Guildford. She didn't know what that was going to be to start with, but it sort of turned into a food bank. So we're very much, that's where we came from. Mm-hmm. Now we work across the county really with all sorts of agencies, working together with lots of organisations to make sure that nobody goes hungry. So.
Great. And I'm guessing that most people have heard of Foodbank. There's been a lot of publicity on the news over the last few months.
Yeah.
But some people might be surprised that there is a need for a food bank here in one of the most affluent parts of the country, in leafy Surrey.
Yes, well it is surprising, but inevitably it happens actually in every town in the country, doesn't it? You know, Kensington and Chelsea has its, you know, very rich alongside its poor, and we have the same thing here. Because we've actually got two of the most deprived wards statistically in the country here in Guildford, which, you know, that's not how we think of ourselves maybe, but that is the reality. So yes,
and
there is a need.
Have things changed during COVID?
They've definitely changed, yes. I mean, the need has increased by about over twofold,
right.
Over doubled. When we immediately at lockdown, it went a bit mad, and it was sort of more like 3 or 4 times. Wow. We fed nearly 300 people in the first 2 weeks of lockdown. But it settled down, and lots of other schemes came into place. So it settled down to probably about 90 people a week.
90 people a week?
Yes.
Gosh.
Yes.
And is there a typical profile of those 90 people?
No, there isn't a typical profile. If anything, with COVID, the profile has probably become broader, right. Because you've got people who have been furloughed from jobs, right. Who might not have imagined themselves in need of the food bank, or people who are self-employed who didn't qualify for furlough because they'd only just set up as self-employed, so they didn't qualify. And then we've got people on benefits, people who are trying to get benefits in place because of COVID. Right. So there's a whole variety of reasons why people are coming to us.
Right. So Zoe, tell us, how much food do you get out to your family on a weekly basis?
Okay, so this is a food parcel for a typical family of about 2 to 3 members. So we've got 50 items of cupboard food. We've got toiletries, we've got cleaning products, and we also give out some fresh food as well. So it's quite a decent amount of food.
So how can the churches support the work of Foodbank?
Well, as churches, we would really appreciate prayer, basically, because as you can imagine, it's a big operation. We've got lots of people involved, lots of food involved, lots of organisation, and we pray a lot ourselves, but we would appreciate other people praying for us as well.
But in terms of filling up these crates, what's the best way of...
Okay, so we are suggesting 3 ways of giving. First of all, money. We really appreciate it when people give us money. It gives us flexibility because obviously we've got peaks and troughs in demand and in supply as well. And money just allows us to be flexible and buy in what we need and when we need it. It also helps us with the storage issue because you'll appreciate we've got a lot of stuff here, and St Clair's have been very kind in letting us use the hall, but we may at some point need to give part of it back to them, or even all of it, so that's tricky. So money is the first protocol, and if you'd like to donate, that would be brilliant. If you could go to our website, that gives you details on how to donate, and our website details are going to appear at the bottom of the screen. Second way of giving is produce. We've provided each church with a short list of items that we would appreciate so that we can stock the range of goods that we need. We're not going to get a mountain of pasta and no pasta sauce and a whole load of beans, but no washing liquids. So, you know, it's getting that balance right, really. The last thing that we'd really appreciate, if you're able to give it, is time. We obviously rely on volunteers entirely. And we've got a number of jobs to fill, so from sorting to packing, and also delivering, and we've got a particular need at the moment for delivery drivers. So if you are keen to volunteer, we'd love to hear from you, and again, go to our website, the details of which are at the bottom of the screen. People have been so generous, and I just want to say, or we want to say, a really big thank you for your generosity. We couldn't be doing this without you, and yeah, thank you for your support.